Hi everyone, welcome back to Stampin' Storytellers. It's been a while since I've done a video. We've been camping a lot, but I am back now with my Plentiful Plants online class. So in this class kit, you get the Plentiful Plant stamp set, the dies, a half a pack of pearls, a quarter pack of the Bloom Where You're Planted DSP. So it is 6 by 12, and you'll get a half sheet of each design. As well as your make and take packet will come like this. So there's 6 projects this month. Everything's pre-cut and scored. You do need ink, the stamps and dies, and then maybe a piece of linen thread. I don't think I included that in the packet because I included a full roll in my stamp camp kits for June. So I was thinking that everybody had June kits, so you have lots of linen thread left over for that. If you are interested in a kit, it's $90 shipped anywhere in Canada. I have 2 or 3 ready to go right away, but I can cut more as well. This is our early reminder that Celebration and the July to December mini catalog that actually goes live both start August 3rd. So for every $60 you spend in this thin mini catalog, which isn't so thin, it's actually 79 pages. It's quite thick. So for every $60 you spend either in this catalog or the annual catalog or a combination of both, you get to choose a free item from the Celebration brochure. This is one of the best items right here. This really cute DSP. So this is starting August 3rd until September 30th. So for our second round of Celebration for another 2 months. So really great items in here. If you need a catalog and do not have a demonstrator, I'd be happy to mail you both. You just have to comment on the video or message me directly your mailing address and I can send it to you in the mail. So to get started, we're going to make this fun pop-out card. I think these became popular maybe around Christmas last year, and I never got around to making one, but I really liked that the plants DSP really worked well for this. This is actually minimal stamping, but we're just going to use all the plants out of the Designer Series paper. So to get started, I have my trimmer. In your kit, if you do have the packet, all of the cutting and scoring is done, but for my viewers, I wanted to show you how I did it. So I'm going to start with a piece of DSP, I'm going to start with a piece of cardstock. This is the soft succulent, and it's 8 inches by 8.5. So on the 8.5 inch side, I'm going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to cut at 2 and 2 again. And then what we have left with is a 4-inch piece. So this was 2, 2, and 4 inches is left. So that's our card base. And now we can simply fold these down. And I'm not even going to score or use my bone folder yet. I'm just going to fold these over to glue that tab down. Tear and tape would also be good for this project if you didn't want to have to wait for everything to be glued together. And then after I have these glued together, then we can add all of our little pieces. Okay, so I'll set those aside. Now I'll bring in all of our pieces. I've pre-fussy cut all of the plant images that don't have dies. And then these 3 that are left have dies. And then we're going to die cut these. So we're going to need this die. This is a scrap of Cajun Craze. And now I have to look. This one, this one, and this one. These. So this is what our die cutting will look like. And then there's also dies for these pieces here. Like that. So I'll die cut all those pieces and then we can start assembling. So then with this little plant pot here, there is a stamp that matches him, but I'm going to emboss him with this embossing folder that's part of this suite. So I'll run that through my machine. So now I have a little textured, it looks like it's woven, plant pot. Now I can bring these back in and just fold them the other way so that they become squares. Just like this. So I'm going to leave my seam at the back and I'm going to adhere these pieces on here just like this with my seam at the back as well. So that's just on this square here. And this will make our card base. So then the same with this one. I'm just going to put adhesive, our seam is here. Put adhesive on this back side. And adhere that down. So now you have your card base that will pop open like this. Then I'll grab my sentiment here that says a little note with the biggest thanks and my basic gray ink pad. And it fits on there perfectly. Then also in your kit is a scrap piece of basic white, and you just need to trim off a couple pieces that are about an inch, and I'm just going to fold those in half. You can also do this with little circles. And this is just going to make our tag. So we're going to layer up our sentiment on 2 more of these same tags. Just leaving the edge showing. Just like that. And then on the back of the tag, I'm going to, well, maybe we'll save that until we adhere it. So now we have all these pieces, and if our card base is ready, we can start assembling. We have to cut these 2 pieces to 1 7/8 squares. And the reason why I did that is just for the purposes of the kits. I'm gonna go this way. From the section with the most greenery, the strips are already 1 7/8 wide, but now you need 2 pieces so that it looks like the plants are hanging down. And if I had pre-cut these, the rule of thumb would be that they get mixed up in shipping and then you'd be fighting with them trying to line them up. So I'm just going to cut these sections here and 1 more, And then this is scrap, or you could use it for those little tabs. So now that I have those 3 sections, the top one is going to go here. So again, these are all just 1 7/8 squares. And this one will go on the next square. I guess I didn't do that first one very straight. There we go. And this one will go here. And repeat with the second set. So now you have those pieces, and it looks like the vines are all hanging down. Then we'll have our other pieces of DSP. I have 2 that are just kind of marbly, 2 that are brick, and 2 that have leaves on them. So I'm going to put the leafy ones on the inside at the bottom here. You could do this design with a lot of different designer series paper, or even just different patterns from the same pack, and I think they would all look totally different based on what paper you used. Then this is the same piece. I'm just going to use the brick side and put that on that back panel. And tuck this one in there. This also covers up that seam from our making our boxes. And then these squares I'm going to tuck in on the back here, and that just adds some color to the inside. Just like that. So now we have all of our DSP layers. Now I can add these tabs. And I'm just going to add them right in the middle, just like that on the edge, so you can see it's folded in half. And this one on the other side. So now that will fold flat, and I can push that down on there. So now I have these 2 tabs, and that's what this is going to adhere to so that it stands up or pops out when you open the card. So now I'll tuck this in there on those tabs and peek through, make sure that it's centered. And now that will pop up when you open your card. Perfect. And now all these pieces are really at however you want to adhere them. You can do a little or a lot. I'm just going to show you a couple of these here. So I did a tone on tone with this pot in Cajun Craze. Then I added that to my card with a dimensional. This I put right there. Then all these pieces are just going to layer up. So you could use Tombow or glue dots would be easier. It'd be really quick to layer up all these pieces. So I added these 3 just like that. Add some glue at the bottom. Tuck that full set underneath. And there's my first plant. Then you can keep going with all these pieces. I layered this little bottom piece, fits perfectly on the bottom of that plant pot. Then you can just, however you'd like to add all of your pieces in, you can layer as much or as little as you'd like. Lots of different options with all of these succulents. You could just put one plant, put a little succulent in that one, steal that one and put it in there. You do lots of different things, just like your normal real succulents that you take care of at home. So there's the basic design. I'll bring in my completed sample, and I'd love to see how you designed your pop-up cards. And they do fit in a standard size envelope because this is only 4 inches across, and then you can have it as high as you want. So this is 4 inches, so you have about 1.5 inches height if you wanted stuff to stick out past that. I hope you enjoyed my card design today using the Bloom Where You're Planted and Plentiful Plants stamp set and dies. If you'd like to purchase the online class, you can email me or comment on the video and I'll respond back to you. You do get all of the products shown in the beginning of this video in the project kit shipped to you, so that you have everything you need. All you need is some scissors, adhesive, and ink. And I hope you enjoyed my video today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!